Hi, I'm Eleanor Mills, the founder of Noon. I call myself the Queenager-in-Chief, and I'm here today because we are asking for donations so that we can expand everything that we're doing here at Noon to help Queenagers and to tell a more positive story about what's possible for women at midlife and beyond. We've been going for 3 years now, and in that time I've published a book. You can see that behind me, much more to come, which sets out everything that we're trying to do here. And we've also run all sorts of retreats, events, walks, campaigns to try and change the narrative that we have in the culture around women at this point and beyond to something more positive and fit for purpose. What we know from our research that we've done at Noon is that by the time women hit 50, over half of us have been through at least 5 massive life events: divorce, bereavement, redundancy, dealing with parents as they age and decline and die, dealing with our Gen Z children, who are, many of us have offspring who are really suffering from mental health disorders, anxiety, self-harm, that kind of thing. Not to mention our own health challenges, some stuff around menopause, of course, and other difficulties and other kinds of abuse, including financial problems and mental and domestic problems. But the good news is that sounds like a very grim list. But what we see is that with help through those midlife pinch points, we can then move on to be much happier in the next phase of our lives. In fact, we find that the women who get to midlife and shed the most, who really have a kind of midlife collision, often end up the happiest. But in order to do that, they need support through those issues, and also what we find, the comfort and the help and the shared experience of being with a new tribe. And that's what we do at our Noon circles. We create places where Queenagers can come all over the UK and now also in America, and we want to extend that to more women, and we're doing that through offering free Noon walks, take your first next step, all over the country, which we're offering for free. Unfortunately, all of this takes quite a lot of organisation and resources to put out there. I've been working for free for Noon for 3 years now because I really believe in this and the purpose. But if we're going to expand the resources and the courses and the walks and the circles and really reach out to the kind of women who need it most, we really need a bit of funding to get over the hump. And the problem is that venture capital funding, women get only 2% of that, and there's also a lot of gendered ageism in the system. So we have been looking into that route, but rather than going down that, what a lot of experts have said to us is try and do a crowdfunder. You've got all these incredible testimonials from women who've been part of your community and love what you do, and we really do. We know that we've helped so many people, and I've seen the magic in the circle over and over again when women come and they talk either about how they feel like they've been pushed off a roof because they've just got divorced or been made redundant or something, or that they just feel very stuck in their lives and they don't really know where they're going to go next, or they're lonely, or they're really kind of lost their tribe. And that's what we recreate. So we're seeking donations so that we can expand our work, and really anything you could give us would be massively appreciated, and will go completely into the cause. Just so you know a bit about what we've been doing, we've been lobbying government. We were at the Labour Party conference. We did a big Queenager party and a big campaign around why it's so important to keep women in work during their 50s and to combat gendered ageism. We're working with all sorts of companies and organisations, from National Grid to Great Western Railways, trying to get people to understand the Queenager brain drain and how we can retain more women in those jobs. And we're also really exercised about the pension gap. Women currently retire with 35% less in their pensions than men do. And too many of us are not working through our 50s because of gendered ageism. So that's only getting worse. So there are a lot of really serious issues here which need addressing, which is what we're trying to do at Noon. And we're also really about fun. So we're trying to create as much support and community for the women who are part of our network as possible. And we really want to expand that. As you know, the mainstream media, the mainstream business world is not very interested in Queenagers or older women. The male lens of much of our culture doesn't really make our issues a priority, certainly within the media, and I know about that. So we really are here at Noon. You know, women have to do it for themselves. There is no cavalry coming to rescue us, which is why we're doing this crowdfunder. So it's my birthday next week. You could just kind of see it as like, if you've been enjoying my newsletter for the last few years, you could maybe see it as like buying me a drink to thank me for that. Or what we'd really like is some bigger donations on a maybe bigger scale, so that we can really get going on all the work that there is to do here. But anything you could do, we would really massively appreciate. And just remember, when women support each other, we all rise. And the only way that we're going to change the narrative around queenagers or change this situation is if we do it for ourselves. Nobody is going to come to help us if we don't. So if you believe or are in favour of all the work that we've been doing at Noon, maybe you've been enjoying some of the things that I've been writing for you for free for the last 3 years, we'd really, really appreciate it if you could help and donate to our crowdfunder. Hopefully see you at a Noon circle or a Noon event soon. Thank you. I'm Eleanor Mills. Bye.